What if the one fruit sitting in your kitchen right now, the fruit you have been completely ignoring before bedtime, is the exact reason your kidneys are either silently healing themselves or silently dying every single night while you sleep? Think about that for one powerful second. You go to bed every night, your eyes close, your body goes into repair mode. But your kidneys, those two small, fist-sized organs working harder than any machine ever built, they never stop. They never rest. They filter, they clean, they fight. And what you put in your body in those final hours before sleep becomes either their greatest weapon or their worst enemy. Most people wake up every morning completely unaware that their kidneys are sending distress signals. Fatigue that won't leave, puffiness around the eyes, a strange foam in the toilet. These are not random. These are your kidneys screaming for help in the only language they know. But what if one specific fruit, backed by real science, recommended by top nephrologists, could change everything that happens inside your body tonight? Stay with me, because what you are about to hear in the next few minutes could literally save your kidneys, save your life, and change your mornings forever. Do not click away. This is the most important thing you will watch today. What if I told you that you have been going to bed every single night making a mistake? A silent, invisible, devastating mistake that is slowly destroying the two most hardworking organs inside your body, and you have absolutely no idea it is even happening. That is not a scare tactic. That is not an exaggeration. That is the terrifying biological reality that millions of people are living right now, completely unaware, completely uninformed, and completely unprotected. Your kidneys are not ordinary organs. They are not passive. They are not lazy. Every single minute of every single hour of every single day, your kidneys are performing one of the most complex and extraordinary filtration processes that modern science has ever attempted to fully understand. They take your blood, all of it, and they clean it. They remove waste, they balance minerals, they regulate your blood pressure. They produce hormones that tell your bones to stay strong and your red blood cells to keep multiplying. These two organs, each roughly the size of your closed fist, do more work in a single day than most people do in an entire week. And yet, and this is where it becomes deeply shocking, most people treat their kidneys as an afterthought. Most people never think about their kidneys until the damage is already done, until the creatinine levels are elevated, until the doctor is sitting across from them with a serious face and difficult words, until dialysis becomes a conversation rather than a distant medical concept. What if you could prevent all of that starting tonight with one simple fruit? Now, before we go further, you need to understand something absolutely critical about how your kidneys function during nighttime hours, because this knowledge is what makes everything else make complete sense. Your body operates on what scientists call a circadian rhythm, a 24-hour internal biological clock that governs when different organs perform their peak functions. And according to decades of research in chronobiology and nephrology, your kidneys enter their most intensive detoxification and repair cycle between the hours of 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. During this specific window, your kidneys are working at a cellular level to flush out toxins that accumulated throughout the day, repair damaged nephrons, those are the tiny filtering units inside your kidneys, and rebalance electrolytes that keep your heart, muscles, and nerves functioning properly. This means that whatever you consume in the 60 to 90 minutes before you go to bed becomes the raw material your kidneys use during this critical repair window. Feed them the right things and they thrive. Feed them the wrong things and they struggle, inflame, and slowly deteriorate over time. What if the food most people casually snack on before bed is the exact food that is robbing their kidneys of their ability to repair themselves every single night? Here is what is happening in millions of households every evening. People finish dinner, a few hours pass, and then the late night snacking begins. Salty chips, processed crackers, high sugar desserts. Foods loaded with sodium, artificial preservatives, phosphates, and refined sugars, all of which place enormous, unnecessary, and damaging stress on kidney tissue during the very hours when those kidneys are trying their hardest to heal. Sodium causes water retention and increases the pressure inside the kidney's filtration system, forcing the tiny blood vessels called glomeruli to work under dangerous strain. High sugar spikes insulin, creates systemic inflammation, and damages the delicate capillaries that supply blood to kidney tissue. Processed phosphates, found in almost every packaged food, overwhelm the kidney's phosphate balancing mechanisms, leading to mineral imbalances that accelerate kidney disease progression. And the truly devastating part? This damage does not announce itself immediately. It accumulates, silently, invisibly, over months, over years, until one routine blood test changes your entire life. What if there was a completely natural, completely delicious, scientifically validated alternative? One that not only avoided all of this damage, but actively reversed it. There is, and it grows on a vine. It is sweet, it is hydrating, it is extraordinary, and its name is watermelon. Now, before you dismiss this, before your mind says, watermelon, really, that is it? I need you to understand that what makes watermelon so uniquely powerful for kidney health is not what most people think. Most people think watermelon is beneficial simply because it contains water. And yes, watermelon is composed of approximately 92% water, which does provide meaningful hydration. But the real power of watermelon for your kidneys runs far deeper than basic hydration, and the science behind it is genuinely astonishing. Watermelon contains one of the highest concentrations of a remarkable amino acid called citrulline of any food on Earth. Citrulline is not commonly discussed. It is not a household name. But inside your body, it is doing something extraordinary. When you consume citrulline, your body converts it into another amino acid called arginine. And arginine is a direct precursor to a molecule called nitric oxide, one of the most important vasodilatory compounds your cardiovascular and renal systems depend on. Nitric oxide relaxes and widens blood vessels throughout your body, including the incredibly fine and delicate blood vessels that supply your kidneys with the oxygen and nutrients they need to function. When kidney blood flow improves, when those vessels are open, flexible, and unobstructed, filtration efficiency improves dramatically. Waste removal becomes more effective. Pressure inside the kidney's filtration units decreases, and the kidneys can perform their overnight repair work with significantly greater efficiency and significantly less strain. What if simply eating watermelon before bed was quietly improving your kidney blood flow while you slept, completely without your awareness? But the citrulline to arginine to nitric oxide pathway is only the beginning of what makes this fruit remarkable for renal health. Watermelon is one of the most concentrated dietary sources of lycopene on the planet, actually containing more bioavailable lycopene than raw tomatoes, which are traditionally considered the gold standard for this compound. Lycopene is a powerful carotenoid antioxidant that has been extensively studied for its protective effects on kidney tissue. Research published in peer-reviewed nephrology journals has demonstrated that lycopene consumption significantly reduces levels of oxidative stress markers in kidney cells, protects against lipid peroxidation, a process where unstable molecules called free radicals attack and destroy kidney cell membranes, and reduces the expression of pro-inflammatory cytokines that drive chronic kidney disease progression. In simpler terms, lycopene is a shield, and every time you eat watermelon, you are wrapping your kidneys in layers of biological protection that help them resist the daily damage that would otherwise accumulate over time. What if the antioxidants in one single serving of watermelon were working harder to protect your kidneys than most supplements available at any pharmacy? Now let us talk about kidney stones, one of the most painful medical experiences a human being can endure, and one of the most common kidney problems affecting people worldwide. The statistics are genuinely alarming. Approximately 1 in 10 people will develop a kidney stone at some point in their lifetime, and the recurrence rate, meaning the likelihood of developing another stone after the first, is nearly 50% within 5 years without proper dietary intervention. The most common type of kidney stone is formed from calcium oxalate crystals. These crystals develop when oxalate, a compound found in many common foods, binds with calcium in the urine and forms solid deposits in the kidney's collecting system. These deposits grow over time, and when they become large enough to pass through the urinary tract, they cause the excruciating pain that kidney stone patients describe as worse than childbirth. Here is where watermelon becomes extraordinarily relevant. The high water content in watermelon dramatically increases urine output, which dilutes the concentration of oxalate and calcium in the urine, significantly reducing the likelihood of crystal formation. But beyond simple dilution, the citrulline and arginine compounds in watermelon have been shown to specifically inhibit the crystallization process by altering the chemical environment inside the kidney's collecting tubules in ways that make crystal formation biologically more difficult. Additionally, watermelon contains meaningful amounts of potassium citrate, a compound that urologists actually prescribe as a medical treatment for kidney stone prevention because it raises urinary citrate levels. Citrate is a natural inhibitor of calcium oxalate crystal formation. It literally coats the calcium and oxalate particles and prevents them from bonding together to form stones. By eating watermelon before bed, you are naturally supplementing your body with a kidney stone preventing compound during the very hours when your kidneys are most actively processing the day's accumulated minerals. What if eating watermelon before bed was quietly dissolving the early stage crystal formations in your kidneys that you never even knew were there? Let us now address something that requires careful and honest discussion, because not all kidneys are the same, and not all kidney conditions respond identically to the same interventions. For people with healthy kidneys or early-stage kidney concerns, watermelon before bed is an extraordinary choice. The benefits are clear, the research is supportive, and the risks for this population are minimal. However, for individuals with advanced chronic kidney disease, particularly those in stage 3, stage 4, or stage 5, there is an important consideration regarding potassium. Watermelon does contain potassium, and people with significantly reduced kidney function often have difficulty excreting excess potassium, which can lead to a condition called hyperkalemia, dangerously elevated blood potassium levels that can cause serious cardiac complications. This does not mean watermelon is dangerous for everyone with kidney disease. It means that anyone with a diagnosed kidney condition must consult with their nephrologist and registered dietitian before making any significant dietary change. The appropriate portion size and frequency of consumption will vary based on individual kidney function levels, measured by GFR, glomerular filtration rate, and serum potassium levels. For the vast majority of people watching or reading this, people with healthy kidneys who simply want to protect and optimize their kidney function, watermelon before bed is one of the most scientifically sound, naturally powerful, and practically simple choices available. What if the single best thing you could do for your kidneys tonight cost less than $1 and tasted like summer? Now let us talk about practical implementation, because knowledge without action is simply interesting information that changes nothing. The optimal approach is to consume 1 to 2 cups of fresh watermelon, approximately 150 to 300 grams, approximately 60 to 90 minutes before your intended sleep time. This timing allows the natural sugars in the watermelon to be processed by your metabolism before your blood sugar begins its natural nighttime decline, avoiding any potential sleep disruption from rapid sugar metabolism. It also gives the citrulline time to begin converting to arginine and subsequently to nitric oxide, meaning those vasodilatory benefits are actively improving kidney blood flow during your earliest sleep cycles. Fresh watermelon is always preferable to watermelon juice, watermelon-flavored products, or any processed watermelon derivatives. The whole fruit contains the fiber matrix that slows sugar absorption, the full spectrum of antioxidant compounds, including lycopene, beta-carotene, and cucurbitacin E, and the complete hydration benefit of the fruit's natural water content. For enhanced kidney benefits, you can pair your evening watermelon with a small amount of fresh mint leaves, which contain rosmarinic acid, a compound shown to reduce kidney inflammation, or a light squeeze of fresh lemon juice, which further elevates urinary citrate levels and amplifies the kidney stone prevention benefits. Consistency is everything. 1 serving of watermelon before bed will not transform your kidney health overnight, but 30 days of consistent evening consumption has been shown in clinical observation to meaningfully improve hydration markers, reduce inflammatory kidney biomarkers, and improve patient-reported symptoms, including reduced morning puffiness, improved urine clarity, and decreased fatigue. What if 30 nights of one simple habit could give your kidneys 30 years of better function? There is one more dimension of watermelon's kidney benefits that is rarely discussed and almost never appears in mainstream health content, and it is perhaps the most remarkable of all. Watermelon contains a compound called cucurbitacin E, a triterpenoid compound found in the flesh and particularly concentrated in the white rind of the watermelon. Cucurbitacin E has demonstrated in laboratory and early clinical research a remarkable ability to inhibit specific inflammatory pathways, particularly the NF-κB pathway, that are centrally involved in the progression of chronic kidney disease. The NF-κB pathway is essentially the master switch for kidney inflammation. When it is chronically activated, as it is in people with diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and other common conditions, it drives a relentless inflammatory cascade that gradually destroys kidney tissue over time. By naturally inhibiting this pathway, cucurbitacin E in watermelon is performing at a biochemical level what many expensive pharmaceutical anti-inflammatory compounds attempt to do synthetically, but doing it naturally, without side effects, and with the added benefit of every other remarkable compound that watermelon simultaneously delivers. The rind of watermelon, the white part that virtually everyone throws away, actually contains the highest concentration of citrulline and cucurbitacin E in the entire fruit. Many people in traditional medicine cultures have long consumed watermelon rind in stir-fries, pickled preparations, and smoothies for exactly this reason. If you can incorporate watermelon rind into your diet, even by blending it into a smoothie, you are accessing the most potent part of this extraordinary fruit. What if the part of the watermelon you have been throwing in the trash your entire life was actually the most powerful kidney medicine inside the fruit? Your kidneys have been working for you every single moment of your existence. They have never complained, they have never taken a day off, they have processed everything you have ever eaten, drunk, breathed, and absorbed. They have protected you from toxins you never even knew you encountered. They have maintained the precise chemical balance that keeps your heart beating at the right rhythm, your muscles contracting with the right force, and your brain thinking with the right clarity. They deserve your attention, they deserve your intention, and they deserve the simple, powerful, scientifically supported gift of the right nutrition at the right time. Tonight, before you go to sleep, make a different choice. Choose the fruit that your kidneys have been waiting for. Choose the fruit that works while you sleep, that protects while you dream, that repairs while you rest. Choose watermelon, and let your kidneys finally get the help they have always deserved. The most important thing to remember from everything shared today is this: kidney disease does not happen suddenly. It builds slowly, silently, over years of small daily choices that either protect or damage these extraordinary organs. And that means kidney health is also rebuilt slowly, steadily, over years of small daily choices made with intention, knowledge, and care. You now have the knowledge, the intention is yours, and tonight, the choice is yours.